Every game begins at center ice, but it's never just two players crouched over the dot. A face-off sets the stage for everything that follows. Win it, and you launch forward. Lose it, and you're instantly stuck chasing. In this video, we'll break down how sharp timing, clean angles, and quick support can flip a split-second draw into full control.
1. How centers control possession. Watch any hockey game closely and you'll notice something.
The center isn't just the guy bending over the dot waiting for a puck drop. He's the switch that turns defense into offense. He's the one who has to link three zones together while never letting go of control. If the puck feels like it belongs to one team, chances are the center is the reason.
Possession doesn't happen by accident. It's built out of tiny decisions: where to stand, when to hold, when to pass, when to skate, and nobody makes those decisions more often than the center. Think about how every shift begins. The whistle blows, players line up, and the referee drops the puck. To the casual eye, it looks like two guys smacking sticks. To players on the ice, it's a blueprint. The center's approach in that split second decides whether the puck goes backward clean, stalls in the circle for help, or bounces into a dangerous turnover. That's why possession starts at the dot. A smart center doesn't just chase a win, he guides the puck to the safest or most dangerous place depending on the situation. He might angle it toward his defense if there's time to regroup. He might try a tie-up so his winger can scoop it and go. Every move of the dot is a setup for what comes after.
2. Transition belongs to the center. Hockey today is all about transition. Teams that swing the puck from defense to attack with speed dominate the game.
And who sits at the heart of that swing? The center. When defensemen chase down a puck under pressure, they rarely have the luxury of looking up and scanning the ice. That's where the center saves them. By curling low into the zone, he gives his defenseman a safe outlet. The moment the puck hits his stick, everything changes. He can carry it through the middle, dish it wide, or chip it into open ice for speed.
Those options only exist because the center positions himself perfectly.
3. Support over hero plays. Not every touch has to be flashy.
In fact, the centers who control games aren't always carrying the puck end to end.
They're the ones making sure their teammates never feel stranded. When a defenseman gets stuck behind the net with forecheckers flying in, a winger up on the boards is sealed tight. If the center stays high, that's a turnover waiting to happen. But if he swings low and presents an outlet, the defenseman has an escape route. That's possession saved. Support is everything. The center's job is to hover in the right space, never too deep, never too high, always available. It's the insurance policy that keeps the puck alive.
4. Zone entries. Carrying the puck across the blue line is one of the toughest challenges in hockey. Dump and chase can work, but teams today thrive on control.
And that control is often built off the center's entry. Coming through the middle of the ice, the center has options on both wings. If defenders collapse, he dishes wide. If they spread, he cuts right through. Sometimes he delays just long enough for a winger to skate into a pocket. Other times, he absorbs a hit to make sure the puck reaches the right stick. That sacrifice keeps the rush alive and creates scoring chances. When your goalie has just made a save and the crowd is roaring, you can feel the walls closing in. That's when the center becomes the exit key. He skates low, grabs the puck, and makes a decision that flips the game. A simple backhand chip into the neutral zone might look routine, but it buys time. A quick pivot that beats the first forechecker can launch an odd man rush. These small escapes don't just relieve pressure, they tilt momentum. A team that was hemmed in suddenly finds itself attacking the other way.
5. Reading the whole rink.
The hardest part of being a center isn't skating, it's awareness.
Every second, he has to know where his wingers are, where his defensemen are, and where pressure is coming from.
If one teammate is flying up ice, maybe the center delays to feed them in stride. If a defenseman jumps into the play, the center might sag back to cover. He's not just reacting, he's anticipating. That constant adjustment makes him the glue that holds possession together. You can see it shift on the ice. When a center reads correctly, the whole team looks connected. When he doesn't, the play falls apart.
6. Timing, delays, and pivots.
Half a second is often the difference between losing the puck and creating a scoring chance. Great centers understand this. They know when to curl back, when to delay, and when to accelerate. That little pivot in the neutral zone, it gives a winger time to build speed. That delay at the blue line, it lets the defense join the rush. These subtle choices turn scattered moments into organized attacks.
Centers skate more than most players because they're always connecting ends of the ice. One shift might mean helping the defense deepen their zone, then rushing to create an entry, then circling back to cover the slot.
It's relentless. And yet, that workload is why they're trusted to control possession.
The best centers embrace it.
They know goals often come from wingers finishing, but the play usually started on their stick.
7. The modern push. Technology and analytics have only made the role more important.
Teams now track exactly how many controlled entries lead to shots compared to dump-ins. The data proves what coaches suspected. When the center leads possession, teams generate more quality.
That's why systems today lean on them more than ever.
Breakouts are drawn with the center as the hinge. Neutral zone setups revolve around his support lanes. Even power plays put him in bumper spots where quick decisions keep the puck alive. 8. The calm and the chaos. Possession isn't just skill, it's the mindset. When chaos erupts, loose pucks, sticks flying, bodies crashing, the center who stays calm is the one who maintains control. They don't panic, they don't throw it away. They slow the moment down, create structure, and turn panic into pressure. That ability to stay composed is what keeps the puck in friendly hands. And if the puck stays with you, the game stays with you. That's the power of the center. If you're liking this so far, drop a like. And make sure to subscribe so you're locked in for the next one. 9. Before the puck drops. A great face-off begins long before the puck ever touches the ice. Centers aren't staring at the stripes on the linesman's jersey. They're studying the man across from them. Is his weight heavy on the forehand? Is he leaning back like he wants a quick pull? Is he shifting his feet so he can spin after contact?
Those little cues tell the center which counter to use.
This is where the mind game starts. Some pivots will fake their grip, showing backhand and then switching at the last second. Others set their feet as if they'll draw back, then explode forward to punch the puck through. It's a duel of deception. The best specialists rarely rely on one move. They mix patterns to keep the opponent guessing. If they win 2 draws to the same side early, they might purposely go the opposite way the third time just to break rhythm.
Timing with the linesman also matters.
Every official has a different drop.
Some let the players jostle, others are strict.
Veterans know how to delay their stick tap to match the ref's habit, stealing a fraction of a second that can swing possession. To fans, it looks like luck. To players, it's calculation.
Preparation doesn't stop with the center.
Wingers are already leaning into their matchups. Defensemen hold their sticks just off the ice, reading which lane might open. It's not reaction, it's choreography. When the puck hits, everyone is moving before the opponent can blink.
10. Turning a win into momentum. Winning a draw is only step 1. What happens next is what truly matters. A clean pull can fizzle out if teammates don't react instantly. That's why teams design sequences around the puck drop.
In the offensive zone, one of the most effective tricks is the disguised forward push. Instead of pulling back, the center jams his stick under the puck and drives it straight ahead into open ice. A winger, who already cut inside, his man grabs it and shoots in stride. It looks chaotic, but it's planned. Another variation is the diagonal sweep, where the puck is angled sharply toward the weak side defenseman who's already sliding across the blue line. By the time the opponent realizes what's happening, the shot is already coming. Neutral zone draws bring their own opportunities. A backward win to a defenseman often sets up an immediate stretch pass. The center doesn't just stand and watch, he shields his man, creating a lane for the defender to send the puck up ice. In some cases, coaches design swing plays, where the center peels off into his own zone after the draw, receives the puck in motion, and carries with speed.
That turn of pace can flip an entire shift.
The defensive end is all about control under fire.
One common tactic is the skate kick. The center knows he might not win cleanly with his stick, so he uses his feet to block or redirect the puck to a safe corner.
The nearby defenseman is already braced for it, ready to scoop and reverse.
Even if it looks scrappy, it keeps the opponent from generating a clean shot.
What's important here is recognition. A center who knows which option fits the moment turns a draw into a launch pad. Without that awareness, even a textbook win might stall into nothing.
11. Support creates possession.
No matter how sharp the center's hands are, face-offs don't exist in a vacuum. The real battle comes from the layers of support.
Wingers have one of the toughest jobs. They need to lock up their checks while still being ready to pounce on loose pucks.
One half step late, and the opposing player cuts inside for a free play. That's why you see them digging in low at the dots, shoulders squared, eyes already tracking where the puck might spill. They're not bystanders, they're co-pilots. Defensemen too carry massive responsibility. In the offensive zone, they have to judge when to step in aggressively for a shot and when to hold the line in case the puck squirts out. In the defensive zone, their read is even sharper. If the center ties up, the defenseman must crash down to clear. If the puck is won clean, they need to turn it up ice instantly.
Hesitate for even a moment, and the opponent pounces.
Even the goalie becomes part of the system. In some buildings, you'll hear the keeper banging his stick before the drop. That's a signal. Maybe he wants the puck pushed to the backhand side where his vision is cleaner, or maybe he knows the opponent has a deadly shooter on the far point. That one sound cue can change how the center angles his draw.
But the beauty of support play is improvisation.
Not every drop goes as planned. Pucks stick in the dot.
They bounce off skates, they die under gloves. In those moments, systems matter less than chemistry. Teammates who trust each other and react in sync will still emerge with possession, even when the win wasn't clean. This is where you can feel the heartbeat of a good line. The center ties up, the winger digs in, the defenseman activates, and suddenly a broken face-off becomes a breakout. That doesn't show up in the face-off percentage column, but it shows up in the flow of the game.
And that's the truth. Face-offs are less about stats and more about control. A single draw doesn't decide a night, but over 60 minutes, the accumulation of these small battles tilts the ice.
The teams who build support systems, who treat every dot like a mini strategy session, are the ones who live with the puck instead of chasing it.
That's it, folks. That's a summary of all the game-changing center ice tactics.
The drop isn't just a coin flip, it's a trigger.
The best centers know every draw is a chance to tilt the ice, and the best teams treat support as non-negotiable.
Possession, pressure, transition. It all starts here. Win the moment, build the momentum, and the rest of the game plays on your terms. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like and subscribe for more.